Alright, hello everyone. I don't think anyone's in chat today. It is like 9 a.m., 9:40 a.m. I have like an hour to kill, and I just want to make a bit of progress today. I don't think I'm gonna get much time to play this game otherwise today. So, I'm not gonna spend too much time pondering over it. However, I need to figure out where I left off. We were going to see Maria Gori, weren't we? Wherever that was. Wait. Oh, prosecutor's office, that's right. We're going to see, Kazuma. That's right. Alright. Audio seems to be working, good. Oh, I see. So this is the office of Prosecutor Sorgi now, is it? Kazuma-sama is doing so well for himself. Even though he's always forced to kneel on the floor in Japanese style in that dark corner, it's his habit to scissor style whenever he's working. Hello, Kazuma. Sorry, I thought it wouldn't be long before you paid me a visit, Ryunosuke. I was right about what I said, wasn't I? Sorry? That you have all the makings of a great defense lawyer. Well, I always believed that you'd fulfill your dream of advocating in the British courts. I just never imagined for 1 second that it would be as a prosecutor. Seeing you stand in a foreign courtroom, so gallantly realizing your dream, Kazuma-sama, I'm truly happy for you. And I'm truly thankful to you, Judicial Assistant Mikotoba. Ryunosuke, I always thought that it would be fun for you and I to shake up the British legal system a little together. This isn't quite how we envisioned it, but I suppose it's just another twist of fate. I've learnt a lot of things during my time in London. About how Susato's own father was himself a visiting student here once, along with Judge Jigoku. And about what happened with your father. Then you have no difficulty understanding why I had no choice, why I had to find a way to get Britain to Britain as a visiting student myself. I want to hear it from you, Kazuma. As you wish, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Your disappearance, yeah. It's getting on for a year now, since what happened on the SS Beria. We're heading across the oceans from Japan to Great Britain, when a bizarre series of coincidences led to those tragic events. I thought I'd lost my best friend forever. I must have been unconscious for a long time. When I awoke, I was lying on a bed. It was a narrow little room. There was a posy of flowers by the pillow. It took me a little while to realize I was in the cabin of a ship. I slipped out from the room and headed up onto the deck. Well, you're already suffering from amnesia at that point. Yes, I didn't know what had happened or where I was. There was just this voice in my head. You have something to do, something no one else can know about. Go to Great Britain. Your task awaits you there. It was a calling I couldn't ignore. It compelled me relentlessly. Out on deck, I saw that I was on a huge steamship, and we were docked in for a large port. Must have been Hong Kong. Yes, it must have been. Presumably just before they were to carry your body. Yes, it must have been. Presumably just before they were due to carry your body off the ship. I had no idea of the situation, but I did have the feeling that this was in some way my last chance. So I concealed myself among the disembarking passengers and went ashore. Then I disappeared into the crowded streets of that foreign port city, so I could plan my journey onward to Great Britain. Your journey to Britain, yeah, I'm curious. Just under a year ago, with all my past memories lost to me, I was left behind in Hong Kong. Everything was foreign to me. The sights, the sounds, the smells. My head reeled. I was truly at a loss. I realized now that I'd escaped as a dead man, with nothing but the clothes on my back. No money, of course. Oh, how terrifying for you. Luckily, though, I had 2 feathers in my cap. One being your knowledge of English, I suppose? That's right, and the back of that, I was able to pick up some work as a deckhand on a cargo ship. Eventually, after calling at countless ports, I finally arrived at Dover. That must have been some 3 months ago now. Your formidable tenacity of purpose showing itself again. I mean, the man had lost his memory and had literally nothing to his name, but he still managed to make his way to London on the opposite side of the world. Of course, I had no idea why I'd moved heaven and earth to get here at that point. So, how did you end up becoming Lord Van Ziek's apprentice then? That can only be called an extraordinary stroke of luck, really. You see, I was stopped at the border because I had no papers. They took me straight to Scotland Yard. By sheer coincidence, Lord Strongheart was there to attend a meeting. That's when the second feather in my cap came into play. Would it have been your knowledge of law? Yes, exactly. Lord Strongheart was curious about an Easterner with intimate knowledge of British law. He took me back with him to the Supreme Court and assigned me to the prosecutor's office. And then... Hey, Chris, how you doing? Welcome! Yes, this game is so fucking good. Holy shit. And then, 9 days ago, you finally got your memory back, after the trial involving Drebber. Yes, I did. How you doing, Chris? How was your time with Brian? I think a few weeks ago now, right? Or last week, was it? Ever since I met you at Yume, you talked about your dream. It was actually insane. Did you end up playing Star Fox Zero? Because I think Brian was saying like you two were gonna play Star Fox Zero multiplayer. Or he wanted to. You sure did. How was that? Mark my words, Ryunosuke. I'll be chosen as a visiting student and make my way to Great Britain someday. Did you know the entire time about what happened to your father here? An experience but a fun one all the same. That's great. Yeah. 16 years ago. When my father left on that exciting trip to Great Britain, I was just a boy. We took a photograph together the day before his departure. It's my last memory of him. Look at the fucking tiny boy Kazuma here. But what I remember most about my father is his unswerving sense of justice. 6 years after he left, a gentleman called at our family home. He told me that Genshin, my father, had been taken ill in England and passed away. It was Professor Mikotoba, your father, Susato-san. Oh my. Ever since then, the professor was good to me. He was very good to me. He even helped to fund my university education at Yume. I'll be forever in his debt. But nevertheless, I just couldn't bring myself to believe what he told me. Oh. Then one day, a letter arrived at my house from Britain. There's no indication of the sender, so I opened it assuming it was from an old acquaintance of my father. What I read in that letter changed my entire life. What did it say? It said that my father had been a mass murderer, and the writer cursed the Asogi name. Oh no! As a result of that letter, I found out what had been hidden from me all these years. Presumably, the letter was sent from a relative of one of the victims. If whoever it was who had been a member of the judiciary, he could have been present at the close trial. The letter revealed that my father had been sentenced to death, executed for being a killer. I'm so sorry you had to find out that way. I imagine the British government did its very best to silence whoever sent that letter, but someone who knew the truth and couldn't bear the resentment was always going to be a problem. But still, it could have been written by anyone. Why would you believe such a thing? There was a newspaper cutting included with the letter. It was the first I'd ever heard of the professor and his terrible killing spree. Well, what did my father have to say about the letter? I couldn't bring myself to show it to him. What? Why not? Because he deliberately concealed the truth from me by telling me my father was taken by a fatal illness. That couldn't have been easy for him. and he'd done it out of consideration for my feelings. So instead, I showed the letter to Judge Jigoku. To the other visiting student. He faltered for the briefest of moments, but then he just laughed the letter off. But in that moment, I saw it on his face. He was undeniably shocked, shaken momentarily before recovering his poise. A year later, my bereaved mother succumbed to the strain of grief, and she too passed away. That's when I made up my mind that one day, without fail, I would cross the seas to Britain and seek the truth for myself. The truth about my father, Genshin Asogi. And I wouldn't let anyone stand in my way. Oh, Kazuma-sama. What we learned today in court turned things completely on their head. It was an impressive piece of lawyering. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Lord Van Zieks isn't the Reaper, you know. Oh, I almost don't want to believe it myself, but it turns out that Inspector Gregson himself, the victim, was. It's clear that the Inspector was behind the Reaper's activity all along. What? You mean, you knew? The real question is, who's been giving orders to the Inspector? Yes, Baroque Von Zieks is the real Reaper. And I know that 10 years ago, it was him who decided my father must be a mass murderer and sent him to his grave. No, he was merely seeing that justice was done as the law dictates. He's not to blame. Ultimately, it's people who condemn people. The law is just a tool they use to do it. And when a man condemns another, he must take responsibility for his actions. Of course he must. But I know for certain that my father would never have taken another man's life. Kazuma. On the contrary, my father's life was taken by the Reaper. Kazuma, what do you make of this? Nothing. There's only one place where defense lawyers and prosecutors discuss the courtroom. So it seems you're so confused by the situation. That's what I make of it. I get the feeling my friend's always going to have the edge over me, isn't he? Do I present? No, okay. I feel like I should present something. It feels like it's not quite finished yet. I feel like I'm missing something still. Like, this isn't finished. Look at this useless evidence. I know. I'm just trying to think. What? I feel like I haven't quite finished. Let's see, autopsy report maybe? Okay, because there we go. This came within the trial, didn't it? As something a little dubious, I mean. The fact that no time of death was recorded on Inspector Gregson's autopsy report. Yes, there were some unexpected turns to the courtroom earlier. The suggestion you came up with certainly took everyone by surprise. The idea that the victim died the previous day at some other location is quite something. Well, considering when the pocket watch had stopped and the scorch marks on the candle, it's certainly a distinct possibility. The evidence and the scene both point to it. To be honest, it bothered me too, so I paid a visit to the autopsy room earlier. The coroner responsible wasn't there, but I got a name. It's Dr. Gory. If it wouldn't trouble you, Kazuma-sama, we'd very much like to speak with the coroner too. Of course, the last thing I want is for anything to be brushed under the carpet. Scotland Yard's autopsy laboratory is behind Lowgate Cemetery. Lowgate by Barclay Prison, you mean? You know it, do you? The prison where my father was incarcerated and robbed of his life. Kazuma-sama. Well, thank you. We'll pay a visit to the laboratory later today. There we go. Ryunosuke. We still also haven't got the cab to, like, post the telegram. I want to thank you. Oh, did we? No, maybe we got the cab for Sholmes, and he went. What for? For this. God, this music. You safeguarded the soul of the Asogi clan. Well, it is a famous sword that's been in your family for generations. My only slight regret is I never got the chance to draw it before I returned to you. Karuma is said to have been forged by a master swordsmith during the Sengoku Warring States period. I come from a long lineage of warriors, many of whom were expert swordsmen. Well then, you're a chip of the old block, I'd say. Naruhodo is suddenly becoming incredibly more British with what he says. This blade, Karuma, is the symbol of the Asogi clan's honor and might. Apparently, one of my... Kazuma! Hey, Bank, welcome. Apparently, one of my father's apprentices even took the blade's name for a surname. Wait. Von Kama? That's not his Japanese name, right? That wouldn't make sense, right? Hang on. What is the No, the Japanese is an actual Japanese name. No, it is. It's Karuma Go. Wait, really? No what? Wait, what? No fucking way. It always comes back to Von Kama. What? Is that act? Oh my god. Holy shit. Alright. That's such a cool reference, cause whoa, oh, holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Wow. 16 years ago, when my father was a visiting student here in London, he had this sword forever at his side, which is why it means so much to me that I have it by my side again now too. And that is all thanks to you. It was an honor. What the fuck? We got an origin story for Von Kama? No way. Now I'll have preparations to make for tomorrow. Hold up. I missed the second one. Perhaps I said a little too much. Kazuma, you've changed. No, Ryunosuke, I haven't changed at all. It's you who's changed. I can completely understand your resentment of Lord Van Zix, given what happened. But the fact is, those events in this case are, well... unrelated. Is that what you want to say? How can you be so sure? What do you mean? Never mind. That man is the Reaper, and it's for that reason that the inspector was killed. I'm going to prove as much in court tomorrow. By whatever means necessary. By fair means or foul. Can't let you do that, Kazuma. I know you'll do what you have to as a lawyer, but I'm sure I don't need to tell you that I won't be taking any prisoners in the courtroom. I would expect nothing less. Until tomorrow, then, in the Old Bailey. The forensics laboratory. That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. Oh my god, it's actually going to... We're actually gonna have that... Okay, hello. This place really is creepy, isn't it? Well, being a dead room, it's probably full of the spirits of the dissected. But actually, there's a rather pleasing scent of roses in the air. Well, being a dead room, the coroner probably needs a bold scent like that to mask the odor of death. Iris, do you think we could change the subject? What was that? Hold up. Is Twitch chat working? Hold up. Let me just check. I think the YouTube chat died, actually. Yeah, it looks like Twitch chat is still working, but YouTube probably isn't. Alright. I've got YouTube chat on my phone if I need it. But yeah, that's fine. Okay. Well, let's just see how things go. Dr. Gory. What a surname, by the way. What? That noise before. I was sharpening my tools. I forgot what voice I gave her. I was sharpening my tools. Like, a very flat voice, I don't know. I'd be dead meat if I didn't keep a perfectly keen edge on them. Right. When following the collagen fibers and dermis, the expertly sharpened scalpel cuts like cheese. Would you like a demonstration? Oh yes, please. I'd love to see. Then I think you'll do nicely. Huh? No! No, I wouldn't do nicely at all. I mean, maybe some other time. Was that a tut? Well, we came here to ask questions, so... Okay. Time of death. Straight to the point. We actually have met before. I'm a lawyer, if you remember. You're not dead yet. What? So Mama said I wasn't to cut you open. She's strict about things like that. Totally can trust her, right? Well, good. It's such a fucking Zero mask. Like, from Zero Escape. It's so uncanny. I'm just like, am I playing 999 again? Dr. Sith has some scruples at least. Oh dear. It looks like she's not interested in talking to us. For the time being, anyway. For the time being? You mean, until we die? I hope that's way off. Sorry, but I wasn't planning on dying anytime soon. Surely there's some less drastic way of making her listen. Do I point the gun at her? Can I ask your opinion on this? Don't forget, you're responsible for the putting of Mama in jail. Why should I help you? Ah. About this photograph, Dr. Gory. Who's that? Sorry? It's Inspector Gregson, of course, the victim of the case. Ah, I see. I don't remember the faces. Internal organs, muscle tissue, bullet trauma, those are things I remember. Well, please try to also remember that I don't want to know anything about all of that. Oh, okay. What do I show her? The autopsy? Dr. Gory, we actually came here to ask you about this. He was very good. Good, sorry. His skin didn't snap my blade once, and very little mess. His joints dislocated easily, and his muscle tissue was a pleasure to work with. We can skip those details. But there is one thing about the report that's caught my attention. You don't seem to have recorded a time of death. Oh, hello! That's not my fault. Oh, that made me jump. Then please, tell us what happened. Oh my god. So, why doesn't this autopsy report include the victim's time of death then? It's really the most crucial detail. I was told not to write it. What? By whom? Miles Strongheart, the Lord Chief Justice. He came here. Lord Strongheart came? He said that from the witness statement about the gunshot and the other evidence, it was obvious. The man clearly died for 5 p.m. on 1st of November, when the gunshot was heard. But that's not the time of death you wrote on the report. You didn't write anything. Was there some reason you didn't include it? Dr. Gory, if you're hiding something under Lord Strongheart's instructions, then sooner or later, you're going to go to the same way as your mother. Give it here then. What's she scribbling so furiously? There. You've written... What? What she's written? Tell us. Indeterminate. But... Oh, interesting. She reminds me of... Is her name Agatha from Twilight Princess? The bug girl. What do you mean by that? Why was the time of death indeterminate?
When the specimen was brought in, it was still fresh. So the time of death could easily have coincided with the gunshot was heard. But there was one small discrepancy.
What discrepancy?
There was some fried fish in the pocket of this specimen's overcoat.
Oh no! Hold up, I just need to check something real quick. If I can. $11:45. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop at about 11 o'clock, so I've only got about an hour to go. Just for the record, I guess. I've only got an hour to stream, but yeah.
There's some fried fish in the pocket of the specimen's overcoat.
Good morning, Curb.
And that fish had started to rot.
What?
If the victim liked fried fish, he presumably liked to eat it before it went off.
Well, yes. What are you really trying to say?
It's possible that someone tried to manipulate the apparent time of death.
Manipulate her? Is that even possible to do?
Theoretically, if you were to chill the body in ice, you could delay the onset of putrefaction. And if the overcoat wasn't on the body at the time,
then only the fish would have started to rot.
With today's science, it's not possible to determine if the body was chilled or not.
But today's science is advanced enough to let you freeze a corpse, it seems.
But surely, to chill a corpse like that would require an enormous electrical refrigerator. And I don't imagine many households in London are equipped with such a device.
No, definitely not. Oh.
No, definitely not, but maybe in a factory or some other special place. I don't recall seeing any factories or such like on Fresno Street, though. I wonder, if the inspector's body has been chilled somehow, what might the actual time of death have been?
I'm never gonna look at fish the same again, yeah.
I couldn't say for sure. But at the most, it might have been a day earlier.
No!
In other words, it would corroborate your previous deduction, Mr. Naruhodo. That Inspector Gregson was killed a day before his body was discovered, at a different location.
Did you inform Lord Strongheart of this possibility?
He simply said that there were no electrical refrigerators of that size in the vicinity.
Oh yes, one other thing. It's something the governor of Barclay Prison told us. By the way, I'm just curious. Yes, it actually shows her portrait now. Neat. He said that your mother, Dr. Seath, was responsible for confirming the death of the professor after his execution.
The professor...
That's an expression. Apparently you always enjoyed listening to your mother's stories about her work, so we're wondering if you might know something about what happened 10 years ago.
That's not all Mama did.
Sorry?
My Mama carried out the autopsy of Client Von Ziegs as well.
What? Really? The brother of Lord Von Ziegs, the professor's final victim.
The idea of carrying out an autopsy on the memory of aristocracy was completely unthinkable back then. But the detective in charge of the investigation insisted it was miraculously authorized. The detective being Inspector Gregson, of course.
Quite an accomplishment for one man.
That autopsy provided the vital clue we needed to arrest the killer. Mama was there for that historical event.
What does all this mean?
You know, that amazing autopsy happened right here in this very room. The Professor and Clyde Van Ziegs. They both spent their final moments before their burial on that dissection table over there. So this Mama Lab, was instrumental in some sort of the country's most important events.
She really is proud of her mother. I wonder if you'd tell us more about exactly what happened back then, Dr. Gory. Here we go.
The Professor's execution was Mama's first big case. She had to be in attendance at Barclay Prison's execution chamber and signed the certificate to confirm the convict's death. Mom is the best coroner in the world, you know. I was so proud of her.
But the execution didn't actually take place.
No, and worse still, Mama actually helped with the jailbreak. I didn't want to know. Oh dear, you found out recently, you mean? I believed in her, Mama, but... Now I wonder if I'm starting down the same path as her.
You mean because you omitted the time of death in this autopsy report? But that's because Lord Strongheart forbade you from including it.
Just like Mama. I'm sure she was forced by somebody too.
Yes, that's my feeling as well.
There's no doubt there were powerful forces at play 10 years ago. The execution couldn't have been staged without a lot of people at the prison knowing about it. Obviously, the prison governor must have been on it as well. The big man with the little handcuffs? According to what he told us, he was tricked by the chief warder. He says he knew nothing about it. Of course he said that. I'd say the same thing.
Just who was behind that jailbreak all those years ago? You mentioned that the autopsy of Client Van Zix.
Was at a time when carrying out autopsies on murder victims was very unusual. It's still not a practice that's observed in our country, even now. It turned out that he was the professor's final victim, and when the autopsy was performed, Mama was present, although only as a secondary assistant. The person leading the procedure was called Dr. John H. Wilson.
God damn it, really? It's all, everything's linked! Everything's so, like, intertwined! What the fuck? Is this, like, on a completely different level to Ace Attorney Investigation 2? Which, sure, a lot of stuff there was intertwined, but this is, like, so tightly linked. It's insane.
That's right, my daddy.
I should be used to Hey, BDP, what's up? Yeah, I should be used to this by now.
And there was one other person present, the primary assistant. He was a visiting SU student from the Far East.
Wait, a visiting student?
It must have been my father, Eugene Mikotoba.
I had no idea Professor Mikotoba had been involved in something so important.
But the outcome of that historic autopsy was the discovery of a vital piece of evidence that led to the capture of the professor.
That is a very creepy smile, and that could be a good thumbnail, but you know. So that's how they came to identify Genshin Osorgi as the infamous mass murderer. Oh yeah, let me send that image to you, BDP. Now I think about it. You would appreciate it. Hold up. There you go. So that's how they came to identify Genshin Osorgi as the infamous mass murderer. That is 100% a yandere smile. Yeah. Do you happen to know anything about that piece of evidence? Could you tell us any more?
Would you like to see the records for yourself?
Every time she puts her hand behind her head, I feel like she's about to like rip her hair off. It's like a wig that she's just gonna pull off. You just saw the image myself. I was wondering when you'd see it.
What's the point of keeping records possible if I go and look at them? People can't look at them.
Oh wait, sorry, that was Ryunosuke speaking. What? Would that be alright? Oh no, that was gory. Never mind.
They found a V at the back of those cupboards, with the other records in the last second.
V. Thank you. What's V? Let's see. Von Zix. Von Zix. Oh right. That's strange.
What, Mr. Naruhodo?
They aren't here. There's nothing under Von Zix.
There must be.
Perhaps somebody took them away.
No one's allowed to take documents related to the professor case out of this room. But you're right, they're gone.
Well, when was the last time somebody looked at them? Do you remember?
It was... oh yes.
Whoa, that's a creepy... Okay.
Yes, I remember, it was 2 years ago. A consulting detective came one day and said he'd like to see the records.
No, you don't mean...
Look, Sholmes was his name.
What the fuck does this man know? What the fuck does this man know? Also, yeah, the fucking sparkling eyes. Deep down, I knew that was coming.
Do you think he stole the records? Oh no, surely not. Iris, that can't be right, can it?
Iris? Huh.
Bruno. Hope you don't mind, but
What is it, Iris?
just remembered something very important I have to do. I'm going to have to leave you now.
Oh, this is very sudden, Cyrus.
Well, we'll come with you then. Oh no, there's no need. You and Bruno can take your time here. Bye for now then. Good luck!
Wait a minute, you little girl.
Me? I remember now. You've been here before, haven't you?
Huh? Have you, Iris?
Yes, 2 years ago, when that detective came. You were with him, weren't you? You were a living specimen too, then too.
That's the way it usually works, yes.
Was I? I really don't remember. Anyway, sorry. But I must dash.
Wait, Iris.
I brought up a pot for you when I get home!
What's the matter with her? She's behaving really strangely all of a sudden. Huh. Well, in that case, we won't keep you any longer either.
Been quite a while since I've had any visitors. This was really fun. But next time you come, I'd prefer it if you were ready for the dissection.
I can't make any promises, sorry. It's a bit strange that the records of Clyde Von Zieks' autopsy have disappeared. But I think we've asked what we came to ask now. Interesting. Let's have a closer look at this. Then again, let's not. At least not while she's armed. Is that the same for everything, actually? Yeah, okay. So I can't actually inspect anything. Cool. What now? Have I forgotten to do something? Sholmes are sweet. I'm just trying to think, what haven't I done to progress the story? Is it here that I need to be? Is this where we send the telegram? I didn't know you were alive. Did I not message you about it, May? Did I forget to message you? Holy shit, I think I forgot to message you. Oh no. Yeah, at Poppy. Tag May. It's very easy, just know where to go. Killing my... Don't do that. Okay, hold on. Nothing there. I'm just gonna keep going. I think it was... There was one place that I didn't get, like, the ending sequence for. I'm guessing it's actually the prison governor's office, but it could also be the prison. Have we gone to see prison? Did you tag... Did I tag them in, Shinecord? I didn't say I was live in Shinecord. I just DM people of interest these days. Usually. Did I do everything I need to do in the prison? Wait, where the fuck did Von Zieks go? He's just not there. Oh, wait, no, I didn't actually visit here. Okay, there we go. The police are still busily investigating in here then.
But Gina's nowhere to be seen. Where is she?
Yes, it has been blissfully quiet, hasn't it? Perhaps she's out investigating on her own, practicing what her boss taught her.
Well, I expect she'll be back for too long. Shall we wait?
Actually... There's something different about this room since the last time we were here. Isn't there?
We could always use the time to investigate it more thoroughly.
Yeah, okay, this is what we've forgotten to do. What's this? This little trunk wasn't here before, was it?
Oh, it appears to be made of metal. It must be very heavy. I wonder to whom it belongs.
There's like a knife cut in it as well. There are some initials on the outside, look. TG. Tobias Gregson. Let's ask one of the policemen if they know how it came to be there. Oi! What do you think you're doing? That's my trunk! Hands off! Gina! Where are you hiding?
I don't know. You leave something unattended for a few seconds, and every Tom, Dick, and Harry's got a greedy eye on it.
Tom, Dick, and Harry? Oh, Tom, Dick, and Harry. I see. Just a wild guess, Gina, but...
What? Spit at all?
Is it fair to say that you've only owned that trunk since this morning's trial?
What? What are you trying to say? Come on, this trunk goes with me everywhere. Always has. Where have you been the last year?
Trying not to incur your wrath, namely. Converse, here we go. He's filming already, yeah.
You should hear him talking about the area. They should be ashamed of themselves. They're saying that it was the boss who killed all the polluters.
Ah, you mean the whole Reaper thing?
Yeah. Apparently, the boss was investigating stuff that no one else in the yard knew nothing about. Stuff that all the criminals were got scot-free.
Yes, the ones prosecuted by Lord Van Zix, who used bribery and corruption to evade conviction.
Well, now, obviously, it was the bloomin' Reaper giving the orders, wasn't it?
Well, but why would people be suspecting Inspector Gregson of being involved in the killings?
There was a notebook in his office.
Oh no, this doesn't sound good.
It had details about the crimes that have been pegged as the Reaper's work.
What?
No. Did you see it, Gina? Did you see that notebook?
They wouldn't. Flamin' let me, cause I'm just an apprentice apparently. It was me who found it, and he was my boss.
That's right.
I was pretty miffed about it. So, I sneaked a peek at what it said anyway.
Oh,
That's our Gina. Secret notebook. So, you managed to see what was written in Gregson's secret notebook anyway, did you?
Wait, I see it. It's my right to see what he wrote.
what had he written, Gina?
British. Dates, chimes, places, names, and a whole long list of them. All details about the bludgeons supposed to have done by the Reaper.
But there could be an explanation for that. Perhaps there's a record of the inspector's investigation into the Reaper's activities.
Without unqualified Ginas for this, yeah.
Exactly, that's what I said. That's the first thing you'd think, right? As it happens, it was full of names I recognize anyway.
Well, the Reaper's targets were almost exclusively known as leaders of London's criminal underworld.
Well, yeah, but there was one name right at the end that was a bit odd.
Name at the end of this, you mean?
I'm pretty sure the date against it was 31st October.
Oh, it's the day before the inspector was found dead.
So, what was the odd name?
It wasn't like a name I've ever seen before. It was something like, nah, it's not good. I can't remember it. I don't think it was an English name, put it that way.
Oh dear, what a pity.
At least she has the job, though. She deserves it. Yeah, definitely.
There was something else too. Another mouse with the same name kept coming up over and over. Shin, it was? Don't suppose it means anything, but...
Did you say Shin? Assassin?
What does it mean, something?
Looks like Lord Van Zix knew the name too. He mentioned her as well. The woman who actually did the deeds. And now, we find out her name appeared in Gregson's secret notebook. Now it's getting good. Yeah. We haven't seen you for a little while, have we, Gina?
Well, of course not. I've been busy, haven't I? Investigating that. The lads at the yard are trying to trace the boss's movements the day before it happened.
The day before. That'd be the undercover investigation into the red-headed league then.
Only the boss didn't go, did he? You found some cove what was pretending to be him, didn't you? Oh?
Yeah. Yes, it was Mr. Vigil who actually went to the park on Lime Street that day, posing as Gregson.
Well, anyway, you ain't turning stuff up. I got my own ways of getting results.
Hey, the doggo!
When me and my partner get here together, there's nothing we can't track down.
Oh, little Toby, he's such a faithful friend.
So, have you tracked anything down then?
What you think, eh? Of course we have. Can't tell you though. Police business, innit? Anyway, point is, if you lot ever need any help, you know where to turn over, right? Me and the Outlander, yeah?
Right. Because he looks oh so hellish honest. The Hellhound. The Hound of the Baskervilles. Gina, about your Hellhound there.
Chief Inspector Toby, you mean? He's the pride of the force, he is!
In Japanese, the police dog means something quite different, and not altogether nice than those involved in crime. But here in Britain, it's a wonderful compliment, it seems, for canine, it seems.
It should be, after all. In the Great Exhibition case the other day, it was Toby here who managed to locate Trevor's workshop.
Maybe it's time for another demonstration of what the super dog can do, eh?
Do we have something the Chief Inspector could catch the scent of, I wonder?
Take that!
Well, Chief Inspector Toby, if you wouldn't mind having a sniff of this... He might be a little too keen, don't you think? The Chief Inspector made short work of Gina there. Ah, look what he's gone to.
Oh my, that trunk clearly smells a very strong scent of Inspector Gregson.
In other words, it must have belonged to him.
All right, it's a fair call, I suppose.
And you nearly got away with it too. If it weren't for those meddling little kids. That's not how the Scooby-Doo quote goes, but anyway.
What for you meddling kids?
You always talk so proudly of Chief Inspector Toby's nose and what it can achieve. Did it not cross your mind that he might identify something that was right next to us?
Toby killed her.
Yeah, that was a bit of a rumor, what?
That's enough then, Gina.
Hey,
I think it's time you told us the truth about that trunk. Metal trunk. Someone who works with dogs, some dogs are really that keen and energetic. Yeah. I have 3 cats, so I wouldn't know.
you won't, my guy, you just won't.
What are you talking about?
I know going on through that head of yours, but that's ain't what happened.
Alright then. What did happen?
Well, like I said before, we were trying to trace the boss's movements.
I just realized why the dog name being called Toby puts me off, kind of like something felt off about it being called Toby, and I know why. Fucking Toby Fox.
So let Toby have a whiff for the boss's overcoat. And as soon as I done that, he went off like a shot, straight to that sandwich.
To a sandwich. Not a bag to a bag of chips.
It's not a photo, but it means a witness.
You can't let him keep getting away with this. Yeah, sandwich. Oh, I forgot about that sandwich.
Yeah, he had a bit between them with the borders of his. The boss's trunk.
Can't believe Toby Fox is an ace attorney. You mean when they heard the sound like a gunshot and all piled in here? I wonder if he's played this game, because I know the whole dating stuff in Undertale is a reference. Susie was based off Maya, yeah. Like I know he's played Ace Attorney. I wonder if he's played these ones, because especially since he's been able to play games in Japanese, like Tokimeki Memorial, which I need to get to as well at some point. I wonder if he played these games at all in Japanese, because I know it's pretty clear he really likes the series, considering the whole dating stuff was based on Ace Attorney, the whole and apparently Susie was based off Maya, you know. Wait, sorry, do you mean Susie as in Susato, or do you mean Susie as in the Deltarune character? Turnabout to stating start, yep. I just realized that. I was like, hang on, Susie, do you mean Deltarune Susie? Good, okay. I was like, wait, hang on, did I fuck up for a moment? You mean they heard the sound like a gunshot and all piled in here?
Exactly! Exactly! He nabbed it from the scene!
Goodness.
Me and the chief inspector gave that sandwich a good grill, and you know what he said? Oh, I thought you both such a good price and the chap wouldn't be needing it anymore, so... But that's all I did, nothing more, nothing less. And when you happen to hear it, chief, eh? See, there's a dead boss's stuff for a flog!
So Miss Venus wasn't the only one to meddle with the scene of the crime then.
How could they?
So anyway, that's how it happened. That's a pretty decent trunk, so I figured I might as well make use of it. Is there something wrong with that, eh? Well...
Maybe you and Mr. Sandwich should try to find the answer to that question together.
I think perhaps that trunk should be turned over to the police, don't you?
What are you on about? I am the police!
Gina, if you wouldn't mind, could we maybe examine it?
Yeah, alright, Anne. Do what you want with it.
Thank you. We shall make a detailed record of our examination of the evidence.
It is now in the court record. Before we see what the dog is growling about, let's investigate. Let's have a look inside. Oh god, is that the paper of like... and of the, Wouldn't it be funny if the papers there were the, report on Client Van Zix? Probably not, but you know. Have you seen this huge gash across the side of the trunk here? It's gone right through the leather and into the metal behind.
Gosh, for a metal chest like this to have been so badly damaged, whatever made the gash must have struck the side of the trunk with considerable force.
I wonder how it happened. Look, there's something inside.
Oh, let's see. Appears to be a passport, authorizing him to travel overseas.
Was Inspector Gregson about to go on a trip abroad then?
Perhaps the date of departure might tell us something. That was... Oh!
What is it?
Was for travel on the 31st of October. Just one day before the incident.
What? Really? It's a passport. To travel to France. Gregson went to France the day before his body was discovered? Well, that's interesting. And there's blood here. Okay. Look at this dark stain here. Do you think...
Yes, I'm afraid so. I think it's blood.
I knew you were going to say that. So that presumably means...
That this was present at the scene, when Inspector Gregson was killed. It's the most logical conclusion, yes.
Do you think Gina's been carrying this around with her? If you didn't know any better, I suppose it does look like a grease stain from all the fish and chips. Ha! He's been having some tomato sauce with that fish and chips, right? Alright, I think that's it. Okay. What's the matter with Toby? Why is he acting so aggressively towards me all of a sudden?
Listen, Naruhodo. Be careful, it must be the trunk.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I missed a bit. Okay. I will just quickly check that then. Now you're dead. Time to start over. What did I miss? I can't believe the fish and chips are no longer infinite. There's so... No, I don't think I think I've inspected everything, B2B. The metal piece. Oh, I see. I didn't realize that wasn't already... Yeah. You see that? There's something stuck in the side of the trunk there. It's glinting.
It looks like a fragment of metal of some sort.
A small tool of pieces, broken shards.
But it's wedged in so tightly, I can't recover it.
Well, don't cut yourself. You better leave it, I think. Alright, thanks for that. I didn't even notice that, yeah.
Toby, oi! What are you doing? You're gonna lick his face off!
Mr. Naruhodo! Mr. Naruhodo! Gina, quickly, hail a carriage!
Oh my god, we're actually going to hospital? We've witnessed a live murder by vicious hounds. Naruhodo will be missed. Okay. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Okay. something on the floor there. I think. Maybe it's just papers.
Oh, Mr. Naruto, are you alright?
Miss Susato.
Conscious again at last. A blessed relief, my dear fellow. After all, to drop dead after a moderate licking by a small terrier. Most unseemly.
What is or isn't seemly isn't relevant here, Mr. Sholmes.
I love that animation of him falling. I still do, it's so funny.
I'm so glad there's no lasting damage. How are you feeling?
I'm fine, thank you. Did you bring me back here? Oh, what's this on my head? A bandage.
Sadly, we had no ice, so that's a compress of sugar water.
Sugar water?
Don't worry, Mr. Naruto. It's the first aid treatment that my father taught me.
Oh, thank you.
So, let us take tea when you're feeling up to it. But of course, no sugar in the patient's cup.
Ugh. The bump on my head is throbbing sweetly enough, don't worry.
Whatever you feel ready then.
Is he gonna have like a fucking, is he gonna have this, bandage on him when we, do the, trial? That'd be funny. Yeah, I think this dialogue's the same. I want to check the spade, the shovel, honestly. But apart from that, yeah. I think this is the same as last chapter. I do wish they did keep an indication of whether it's the same dialogue from previous chapters, but considering how the same is, like, structured, I get why it isn't, because each chapter is, like, a separate thing. It's a shovel. No, it's a spade, indeed. Let's see if it's the same dialogue. Probably is, honestly. The spade is still here, look.
Please, Mr. Naruto, it's not a spade, as I think you well know. It's a shovel.
It didn't take long to reignite that old argument. Yeah, it's the same.
Let's give the implement a name, like Professor Hairbrain named his tools.
No, this is new. Oh, I never thought of doing that.
From now on, then, let's call it Yunosuke.
No. At Poppy Tag, mate. It's clearly much more of a Susato. The old argument has taken a new and unexpected turn, it seems. When you serve me tea, it always takes me back.
I know you're not particularly fond of the bitter taste, are you? So I do always pick out the little bitter ones for you.
She often does serve up unusually mellow blend. It's true, but the anticipation of the taste in my mouth makes me bitterly worried anyway.
It is very difficult for you, isn't it? The steam is rising gently from the kettle, as always.
Yes, doesn't feel right somehow unless it is, but the steam has unusual scent in it.
Perhaps the sweet potatoes that I brought back from Japan with me already. Oh, Mr. Naruto, I heard that, you know.
Tears of joy, Mr. Sato, from my mouth. The Daruma. That Daruma doll is still winking at me, look. When he'll finally get his other eye filled in.
Yes, I wonder.
Well, you should know, Susato-san. I entrusted the task to you.
The truth is, I have already decided when that will be.
What? Really? When?
That's my little secret.
It'll be when the game finishes. Your room across the hall is undisturbed, of course. I don't suppose I'd be permitted to see inside now that you're back, though, would I?
You know very well that only Iris is allowed inside.
Yes, I heard you two giggling together in there again last night.
Even if it's Mr. Shoal in his room, Mr. Naruto.
Last time I did that, he tried to convince me to drink some strange concoction he'd mixed up. Wow, Naruto must be really fucking lonely.
Well, the sea life seemed very contented there, I must say.
I've noticed something recently, actually. The anemones breed at almost an extraordinary rate.
Oh, really?
It's a mystery. Why, the whole seabird isn't a mountain of them, actually.
Oh, how splendid. That really is a mystery, isn't it?
I wish there was someone here to explain Susato-san's strange reaction to that.
My desk was just as it was before I left.
Sumi ink, and a calligraphy brush, even though we're in England now. That strikes me as typically you, Mr. Sato, and typically not you at the same time.
Well, I do enjoy the wonderful new things that come out of the Western Cultural Revolution, of course. But I'm not ready to keep my brush just yet.
And anyway, Sato-san can write more neatly with a brush than most people can with a pen.
Practice makes perfect, let's just say.
Alright. Sholmes? Thank you for your concern, Mr. Sholmes.
My dear fellow, think nothing of it. I must say I was quite startled when I heard that you'd been attacked by a dog. For a moment I feared that infamous murderer of so many had come back from the dead.
You mean the professor?
Fortunately, I see your prized throat is unscathed. That stiff turned-up collar of yours have obviously afforded some welcome protection.
Throat? Did the dog... Okay, that's interesting. That feels like a slip of the tongue, in some regards. Was I that close to death? All I really remember is that the dog licking my face over and over again. Yeah, because I feel like that would be in the autopsy report, right? Of Klein von Zieks, right? But we haven't heard, the only person we've heard that from is Sholmes. So yeah, I think he did steal the fucking autopsy report. What? Okay. All I really remember is the dog licking my face over and over again. His price for it. Is there something you want to tell us, Sholmes? Our throat's sexy? Like, is that what you're insinuating? Is that a thing?
Well, if you wish to avoid such troubles in future, a little mustard spread on the cheeks should do the trick.
Oh dear monkers. What do you mean? Your nose scares the throat goat. Oh, fuck! That's it. Okay, no. Okay.
I think that should balance the sweetness of your bandage rather splendidly.
The YouTube stream is now getting No!
You're right, Mr. Nodohoro. It's rather unusual to find ourselves here in the middle of our investigations.
It's just occurred to me that I might have forgotten something when we left this morning.
Please don't worry. As long as you continue to investigate thoroughly, you won't go far wrong.
Oh yes, of course. I must get back to work as soon as possible. Okay, what have I missed? Oh no, what have I missed? I feel like that's where I was supposed to end, but I've forgotten to do something. I didn't send the telegram. I can't inspect anything here. This is just, there's nothing here. What am I supposed to do? Do I go back to the Fresno Street room? Did I forget to inspect something, perhaps? Just noticed you gave the YouTube video of that shit in the thumbnail. Yes, I did. It'll change. I haven't had the time to make thumbnails for the past few streams yet, but I might do that later today. There are details of cases stretching back over 10 years on this notice report. Yes, a history of Lord Von Ziek's defeats in court.
I don't think that's an appropriate description. Although, when you consider everything in the board, it's certainly true that these people had a background of dubious dealings.
And in the end, of course, the board itself concealed the inspector's own death.
Oh my, it really doesn't bear thinking about.
The photograph of Mrs. Vigil.
Realizing the identity of this lady was a very great clue to exposing Mr. Gossip's true identity. He obviously loves his wife very dearly, which is why he couldn't tell her the truth.
Transformation was incredible, wasn't it? Just from that big twisted lip.
Yes, he went to extraordinary efforts to play the part of Hugh Boone convincingly.
Although, it didn't really seem like it was much of an effort to me.
Now you say it, I have to agree.
It's almost as if that was Mr. Vigil's true character.
People really are hard to fathom at times.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Nothing particular of note. Okay. This revolver. Just who does it belong to?
Well, we know it's one of the type of institutes to members of the police force and judiciary.
But Gregson's own gun was found on his person.
And of course, Lord Van Zieks had admitted to losing the firearm which he was issued. Such actions and mindedness not dissimilar to you, Mr. Naruto.
I'm starting to think the cold, hard prosecutor and I could become friends after all.
And I wish you every success.
I'd never imagined that this little figurine would turn out to be a watch-winding key.
I suppose it's a policeman because the pocket watch was a gift from Scotland Yard. It seems there was much more to Inspector Gregson than we ever realized. He was clearly a brilliant man.
It's the fish and chips that threw us off. I feel as though it ruined his image.
I really don't think we should blame one of Britain's worst staple cuisines.
But think about it. Imagine if it was Mr. Sholmes. How would you feel if instead of that old briar pipe that's in his hand, Mr. Sholmes had a bag of chips?
Rather disappointed, if I'm honest.
Exactly. Fuck you, Naruto, for the fish and chips are his best detail. Absolutely. If it turns out Gregson didn't actually die here at all, where on earth could he have been killed?
Well, one way or another, we must find out. For the inspector's sake. You know, you look awfully pale again today, Mr. Naruto.
Sorry. When I start thinking about it all through, I conjure up some horrible images in my mind.
Your imagination is the culprit here, then. We're certainly guilty.
Guilty! It catches your eye as soon as you enter the room, doesn't it?
It's such a bright color, it certainly makes an impression. Yes.
They can't possibly commit any crimes, can they? I mean, redheads stand out like a sore thumb.
I'm afraid with that jet black Japanese hair, we stand out almost as much here in London.
I suppose that's true.
You mustn't think of committing any crimes, Mr. Naruto.
I wasn't! I promise I wasn't! You think a candle's a timer device? Very ingenious, I must say.
Yes, the culprit arranged it so the firecracker would be set off at 5 o'clock, and then he left.
So that a loud bang was heard at precisely the moment Lord Van Zieks arrived, yes.
If only he hadn't picked
up the gun from the floor.
Something you probably told yourself once upon a time, I imagine.
Yes, I've learned that lesson by bitter experience. I would have run a mile for sure.
Which may not have done you any favors either.
Gina, I'm really sorry.
It's daft, ain't it? You asked me a year ago, the cuts could go out for I cared. But we gotta have police, ain't we? To catch the bludgers. So us divers can go on about our business in peace.
Wait, sorry? I don't think I can have heard that properly.
He said he was gonna teach me everything I needed to know to be a detective. But all he got round to was showing me where the best flaming fish and chip shops are.
Actually, that reminds me. Gregson said he was supposed to be going to Paris in the near future, didn't he? Is something wrong?
Oh, no. I'm sure I'm reading too much into things. It's just that the timing seems very coincidental.
You know, the boss was acting a bit strange recently. Like he was always in a rush.
Best chips in town. I got an achievement for that? Okay, now what? I've done everything. I don't quite know what I'm supposed to do. Do I inspect the stuff here? I guess I forgot to inspect this. Let's see. What have we here?
Mr. Naruto, it would be very underhand to glean information from Kazuma-sama's office while he's absent. We should wait until he's here before we start nosing around.
Oh, of course. Yes. She doesn't take any nonsense when it comes to Kazuma, does she? Well, that means I can't investigate anything here, can I? Yeah, okay. I've done everything in the forensics laboratory. There's nothing for me to do here. Wait, what do I do? Ah, look, we have an opportunity here now, while the governor's away.
Mr. Naruhodo, you could be in prison if you're caught.
That's a good point. Perhaps not then. Okay. What have I forgotten to do? What? Wait, there's nothing for me to do. Am I meant to present something here? To Susato? Oh, wait, I might need to investigate some of the evidence. Hold on. Let me make sure I can check that. Passport number ACDC? ACD 0552, dated departure 1 week from 31st October. Port of Dunkirk, French. Purpose of travel visit. Permission for the applicant and one additional person to travel. Okay. I'm so confused. Wait, what am I missing? Can anyone tell me? Because I've gone to every location. I've inspected everything. Unless I have to go here and Iris is here now. Oh my god. It's going to be this, isn't it? What the fuck? Den Schlund es mir verbrannt, ach Hopfen deine Wut. Herr mit dem Knacker ich befahl, hat wie What on earth is going on here? Am I having a bad dream? I know, it's an old German folk song. Rather fine rendition, I think. That's the least of my concerns.
Iris? Iris, what's the matter?
Iris, what's the matter?
Who's that sprawling? I mean, that relaxed gentleman over there.
Iris? Iris, is she even listening? Excuse me, sir. I do apologize for troubling you whilst you're singing so merrily, but would you be kind enough to explain the situation? Oh, is this gonna be a deduction? We haven't had one this chapter. Well, that worked. A crooning gentleman and a mute young girl. A rather tantalizing juxtaposition. Tantal night! And one that appears to have incited the god of deduction with me to find their voices too.
Mr. Sholmes, do you mean?
The strains of reasoning with me are playing now as a delightful duet. One melody sings a reunion of nostalgia, whilst the other is a morose theme about the great science secret you're trying to so desperately conceal, Iris.
She's turned as white as a sheet.
So as usual, you've instantly seen to the very heart of the matter.
And by the time my own brief performance is over, I feel that sure this gentleman's soul will reach its finale. So then, to Music Land, where all's sweetness and delicate and harmony. Pray do enjoy Herlock Sholmes' latest logic and reasoning spectacular.
I might have to stop stream after this. I need to get going in a bit. Man's identity.
Firstly, we consider the gentleman's nationality. Clearly, he is a German with no grasp of English language. As evidenced by the Germanic song he sings and his apparent inability to understand when asked to desist. So why is the man here at all and is in such apparently high spirits? The answer, of course, is Iris is clearly known to you. Indeed, we need only follow the guides of the bright young eyes to unravel that particular part of this mystery. The reason for the man's mildly irritating warbling is the revealed by the herbal tea.
She's pouting. Oh, that's cute.
You obviously have offered our German guest a cup of tea. The tea's delectable flavors made the man's spirits soar, and resulted in this joyful tumbling in incessancy from his lips. I eagerly await sampling the flavor for myself that I may join the fellow in a state of elation. Now to the next question. Who exactly is this gentleman availing himself so thoroughly of this tea? As it happens, a number of years ago now, a certain gentleman of German origin engaged my services in solving a particularly delicate case. He required the retrieval of letters once sent to an acquaintance that might have proved problematic. In order to conceal his noble identity, he also arrived at my office in a mask. The gentleman's name was Wilhelm Gottschalk Sigismund von Ormstein.
Isn't that the fucking kid from the last case?
The King of Germany.
Or maybe not.
If my memory serves, the mask worn by this gentleman is identical. Yes, there can be no question that mask belonged to the King of Germany. It would appear that His Majesty remembers the fine service I afforded him.
Was that actually real German you just said? I don't know. It's, I don't know. You mean the name? Mask Jin Xenoblade?
A well-mannered monarch indeed, wouldn't you agree, my dear fellow? So the identity of this masked visitor is in fact my former client, the King of Germany. Indeed, his son is currently in London as well, enjoying the wonders of the Great Exhibition.
Yes. Oh, he's in that outfit. Mask Dream. That's what the point of the mask is? You mean beneath the mask, Persona 5?
Which leaves us with one remaining imponderable yes. You, young Iris. But your apparently inexplicable silence is unable to hide the truth. Yes, the reason for your muteness is concealed inside that knapsack. A 5-pound note, I believe, if I must say, as your compatriot.
What was that? I missed that.
I'm deeply saddened. It would appear that you've allowed yourself to be bribed into silence by His Royal Highness, earning yourself some spending money in exchange for keeping quiet about the King's secret. And now, the final piece of the puzzle. What is the secret you strive to hide with your silences, Iris? Ah yes, we need only follow that brief involuntary twitch of your eyes to find the answer. You were attempting to abscond with that coffee cup. My favorite coffee cup, in fact. Or should I say, the handle of my favorite coffee cup. It appears that His High-Spirited Highness broke it in the midst of his hijinks. Which leads us to the sad truth. My favorite coffee cup has been broken by the King of Germany, and Iris, you tried to conceal it from me. I shall have a bill sent via governmental channels to the German royal family for its replacement.
Was he actually employed by the King of Germany at some point?
Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this painful puzzle.
Mit dem Schwarzbiergebot modern Wien Feuerberg.
With your silence as well, the fellow's jovial warbling rather rings in the ears, does it not?
Mr. Sholmes, I must say something does rather trouble me.
Pray, Miss Susato, do tell.
His Royal Highness doesn't appear to have moved muscle since we arrived.
Ah,
And you haven't said a word either, Iris. If Mr. Sholmes has it all right, you might as well own up to it now. Rip cup, you'll be missed.
Your reasoning is entirely without substance, I must add. And one other thing, Mr. Sholmes. Yet another grievance, Mr. Naruhodo. Surely not.
Well, actually, I read the story of that case recently, the one you were just describing. And according to that, at least, it wasn't the king of Germany, it was the king of Bohemia.
Goodness, was it?
Yes, that's quite true. Master Gotz, the prince, testified in that court. In his word, I have come to see great exhibition all the way from my home in Bohemia.
I would ask you to keep that minor error to yourselves. It could easily become quite a scandal.
I believe, Mr. Naruhodo, that it's our turn to now make some corrections in a number of minor errors that have slipped in.
Yes, even Mr. Sholmes is willing to admit that he might be slightly wide of the mark this time. Although, it's clear that Iris is definitely hiding something. We need to find out the truth behind this mysterious set of events.
But one truth isn't controversial. My favorite coffee cup is no more. So, shall we embark again on a joint presentation of Herlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular?
Course correction. Alright. King of Germany. So, well, this is the same dialogue we've read already. Persona 4. Truth. You know, truth is... You know, that's true. I would associate truth with Persona 4, but you know what comes to mind first these days? Trails into Azure. Oh, sorry, Trails to Azure, because the battle theme is called Seize the Truth. Adachi reference, yeah. No. So what? It's some mix of herbs that gives you the urge to sing.
Goodness, I should like to try some.
Azure references Persona. Speaking of Persona 4, have you played Persona 3, Chris? Out of curiosity? May, shut up. How long does he intend to keep up with that tune, do you suppose?
As I said, he's been stock still the entire time.
Yep, portable. Damn, you should play Fez.
And if you look closely, his lips aren't moving either.
Ah.
So I'm not sure what's actually responsible for the spirited singing, but I suspect the answer lies at the end of Iris's gaze.
Take that!
Hop on Fez, but don't mod it. The game is balanced around having no AI, having the AI control the party.
The reason for the man's mildly irritating warbling is revealed by the gramophone. Indeed, for no well-bred gentleman would break into an obscure folk song when making a social call. In other words, this gentleman isn't singing at all. It would appear that the fellow is unconscious.
The music seems to have stopped now. Does it just do that? Does it just stop? Is that song on the soundtrack? It better be on the actual soundtrack. Oh, and its entire's on the soundtrack? Good! Good, fuck yeah!
I ask you, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes?
Why would I have purchased a recording of that gibberish?
How should I know?
Well, never mind. On with the deduction. Who exactly is this gentleman availing himself so thoroughly of the city? As it happens, a number of years ago now.
Okay. This is the same dialogue. Let's go through this. I know, I wonder who he could be. I appreciate these deductions because they're kind of like nice, like comedic skits in some way, but at the same time, it does almost feel like padding at times like this. I'm just like, come on, is this necessary? I'm enjoying it though, it's fun. It doesn't feel bad, like bad padding, you know? Although we've already established that it was actually the King of Bohemia.
It seems Mr. Sholmes intends to persist with his Germany theory for some reason.
Come to think of it, the young prince was wearing a mask as well, wasn't he?
Master Gotts, the boy whom you had in tears.
Don't remind me, or anyone else.
Do you suppose all the members of the aristocracy of mainland Europe wear masks?
I'm sure they do. Well, probably, anyway. The point is, that mask doesn't belong to any king.
No, that's right, as we well know, because we can identify the true owner of this mask.
Did I just skip over him? Oh, I did. He's right here.
Take that!
Yes, there can be no question. That mask belongs to Kazuma Asogi.
In other words, my memory is sublimely unreliable. I can't even remember the lyrics to Fly Me to the Moon.
Only you could try to make that sound positive. Kazuma's mask has been languishing on this metal chest for several days. Though that doesn't explain why the gentleman was wearing it now.
But it is now a simple matter to determine our guest's true identity. After all, the gentleman is unconscious. We need only excuse ourselves in advance, gently lift the mask and peer beneath it.
Can't believe Kazuma's lying dead there.
Father!
I don't believe it!
Ah! Father!
No way! Holy shit!
No, I think not, Mr. Sholmes.
Then it would appear that our logic and reasoning has once again revealed the truth.
What did she say? I think not. Hold on.
I'm afraid, Mr. Sato, you must be mistaken. This mysterious visitor is my unconscious
father, Eugene Mikotoba.
Logic and reasoning, or just looking and saying. It's not Mr. Beast! Alright. Goal silence. Here we go, to hide the coffee cup.
which leaves us with one remaining imponderable. Yes, you, young Iris. But your apparently inexplicable silence is unable to hide the truth. Yes, the reason for your mutants is concealed inside that knapsack.
So that's a £5 poking out of Iris's knapsack, is it?
Oh dear, I can't be sure. Most money we encounter is in coin form.
I know. I'm not even sure if we've seen any banknotes in here in Britain at all, have we?
But anyway, Father would have never paid money for Iris' silence.
He certainly seems to like the silent type himself, though. Judging by his present state, there must be some other reason for Iris' silence, I suppose.
Perhaps what Iris is trying hard not to give away with her eyes, something entirely different.
Wait, is it the... I can't even inspect that, anyway. I think about it. Iris always a little back on her back, doesn't she?
Yes, that's right. Though it's easy to forget about because you can't see it from the front. You have two little felt dolls attached to it as well.
Are they? I have no idea. I don't even remember seeing them before. What notes? Music notes? Is it possible there's always a £5 note poking out of a bag that I haven't noticed before too?
Who can say with absolute certainty, but I think it's unlikely.
Metal chest, I see.
This metal chest, it contains some documents, doesn't it?
Yes, details of all the cases Mr. Sholmes has worked on over the years. But not by Iris' father, if I remember correctly. Iris insists that the chest is kept locked at all times. She never wants to show me in the inside.
Well, its contents are invaluable to her, I suppose. Entirely irreplaceable. But look at it now. The catch is unlocked for once.
Ah, so it is. That's hard to ignore.
Hurry. I've never seen that chest unlocked before, and all the time we've been staying here at Baker Street.
Take that!
Yes, the reason for your muteness is concealed in that metal chest.
An excellent observation, for upon closer inspection, there is something different about the chest's appearance. It's kept locked at all times, yet now, the catch is open. Evidently, this has something to do with your refusal to speak, Iris. But it's a simple enough matter to incite you to speak, I'm sure. I merely need to open this chest. Here we go.
No! Only don't!
What? Oh. Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Sholmes, early!
And he's dead. He's dead.
Never! Oh, Hurley, I told you not to open it.
Ah, so you found your voice now, Iris.
Ah!
In other words, what just happened clearly reveals the truth here. Yes, the real reason for your silence until now is...
It's somewhat different to usual dance of deduction you perform with the form of Mr. Sholmes, isn't it?
Well, he's left me alone on the ballroom floor, so I'm going to have to dance this next part solo. And anyway, I need to get to the bottom of this for my own peace of mind. Now then, Iris isn't usually the silent type, so...
You mean you don't actually know the answer yet, despite that knowing point finger before?
Mr. Sato, sometimes a man needs to point his finger first and think later.
Oh, well, if you say so.
Actually, where are these discussions happening? Like, are we pausing? Or is this happening, like, do they have telepathy?
I think we better examine Iris more closely and evaluate the situation then.
Oh, it's a key. Knapsack is standing. It's quite soundable enough for the secret, that's what I say.
Perhaps it is. I certainly can't open it up to look inside without Brian's permission.
No, you're right. Who knows what might pop out and punch us?
Take that!
Happening in an alternate room only they can access. What is this? Actually, I shouldn't say the game I was going to mention, because there are a few people here who haven't played it, and really should soon. Anyway, yes, the real reason for your silence until now is that key behind your back. Ah. Glass shattering Xenogears. When Mr. Sholmes was thrown into the air before, just before you called out to try to stop him, you slipped something out of your mouth. That something is the key now in your hands. No doubt. The key to the chest. Oh, that's why she was pouting.
You're so clever, Bruno.
So now it becomes clear, thanks to Mr. Strom's graphic demonstration, we can well imagine what happened here. But Professor Mikotoba also opened that metal chest only to be punched in the air. And landed sprawled on the settee.
But wait, that doesn't explain all the facts. What about the stylish scarf? And the cup of tea, above all? Why would he be wearing Kazuma-sama's mask?
Well, for those curious details, I think of only one explanation. Clearly, an unbelievable miracle took place in this room. Isn't that right, Iris? Consider how the room was arranged before this whole painful experience took place. When Professor Mikotoba opened the chest, completely unaware of what awaited him inside, the mask was flung into the air just as he was, only to be land neatly on his face when it fell back down. And the teacup's journey through the air ended when it, Shit, I missed the mosquito. Ended when it caught the unconscious professor's finger.
You mean to say that the stylish scarf
Is actually just a tablecloth. This is the greatest detective's office. This is the great detective's office, after all, a place of miraculous seductions. Oh, Sasato's joining in. Would you inspect anything less?
Yes, you're right. It happened exactly as you said. Brilliant, Bruno.
Thus concludes Ryunosuke Naruhodo's great deduction of this punchy puzzle. Alright, I'm gonna have to end off stream in a moment.
So then why don't we make a fresh pot of tea of us for us all?
Objection! An admirable performance, Mr. Naruhodo. But in the final act of the show there, you rather missed everything of importance.
Mr. Sholmes.
We cast your mind back to my earlier deduction. Iris, it's clear you're hiding a great secret.
She is? He's not dead yet. Sholmes' objection, of course. From the look of her face, Mr. Sholmes must be right. Whatever that great secret is, the cat isn't out of the bag yet.
So I put you to you again. You were attempting to abscond with that coffee cup.
It really is a shame about Mr. Sholmes' cup. It must have been smashed when Professor Mikotoba opened the chest.
Oh dear, so many things seem to have been broken here.
But now that the deduction has taken a different direction, Iris doesn't seem to be trying to hide the broken cup anymore.
In other words, a great secret is something else.
Let's try put our observational skills to one final time then. Aha.
Take that!
You were attempting to abscond with that case file!
Iris, as you know very well, nothing escapes the attention of a great detective.
Oh no!
Oh, is this the Klein Van Zig stuff? We visited Scotland Yard's autopsy laboratory earlier today. And Dr. Gorey informed us, that's a very ominous side shot, that the autopsy report of Klein Van Zig had gone missing.
Client Van Six, yes, I do seem to recall. That some years ago I asked to see the report in question. You were with me, weren't you, Iris?
Hi!
You mean, it was you, Iris? So those paper you have there are...
I'm sorry.
Oh no! Oh no, she's crying! This game is bad. Alright, I think this is probably where I'm gonna cut the stream. I need to get going. Yeah, I didn't have the energy to read the line. I need to hop off. I need to go somewhere. So yeah, that's it for now. I don't know if I have time to stream later today, but I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna try and stream it this time over the next week until I finish this game. I think it's probably a good idea. I just kind of update my schedule and change it at the moment, just due to some certain factors in my life at the moment. So I'm gonna, yeah, I'll try. Oh, awesome! I'll be excited to see you there, Chris. I will be trying to stream at this time, especially since I'm getting to the end of the game, and more people can kind of see. So more people can kind of see the end of it, and also because I have other stuff going on in life at the moment, which means I can't necessarily stream at the time I normally do. So I will see you tomorrow morning. See you later.